Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the launch ceremony of Morning Mantras, written by Dr. Satish Kumar Menon. I'm extremely privileged to welcome all our honorable guests and dignitaries to the function. Thank you all for giving us your precious time and joining us on this auspicious day. Focused and productive mornings can lead to successful days and eventually a successful life. But many people often reject everyday routines to rather lead a life that is either adventurous, lazy, or completely negligent. Dr. Satish's Morning Mantras is an anthology of reflections and brief musings on the importance of every day in your life. It offers you little doses of motivation, optimism, and encouragement to move forward and gain control over your thoughts, and actions. Before we get into more details and learn from Dr. Menon how he came about writing this book, let's start with a small prayer song by Akhil Menon.
ലോകം മുഴുവൻ സുഖം പകരാനായി സ്നേഹദീപമേ മിഴി തുറക്കൂ. ലോകം മുഴുവൻ സുഖം പകരാനായി സ്നേഹദീപമേ മിഴി തുറക്കൂ. കദന നിവാരണ കനിവിന്നുറവേ കാറ്റിൻ നടുവിൽ വഴി തെളിക്കൂ. ലോകം മുഴുവൻ സുഖം പകരാനായി സ്നേഹദീപമേ മിഴി തുറക്കൂ. Thank you.
Thank you, Akhil, for setting up that aura. Now, I would like to welcome Dr. Rajeshri Amma to deliver the welcome speech. She is one of the leading doctors in Kerala, an active member of IMA, indulging in various social activities. For her diligent services to the rural community, she has been honored with the Best Doctor Award at many occasions. Dr. Rajeshri Amma is the better half of Dr. Satish Kumar Menon, who continues to be his strength and inspiration for the last 38 years. Over to you, Dr. Rajeshri Amma.
Thank you, Lakshmi. A warm good evening to one and all present on this virtual platform. I am really honored to see you all on this small and simple program of formal book release of Morning Mantras for 365 days. It is prepared on a daily basis in the evening after 9 p.m. and it is sent by 6:30, including a copy to me also. It is an inspiration for me also during this cold time. Whatever be the hectic day or night, the mantra is sent without a break for the last 450 days to more than 1,200 people a day. However, the idea of a book came very late and it is a reality now. Let me welcome the three important guests of the day for the release function. I cordially welcome Dr. Suresh Bijuraj, Pro-Chancellor of JSS Academy, President Pharmacy Council of India and friend of Mr. Satish to this function. Dr. Suresh is traveling to Chennai on road now. Dr. M. Vasudevan, our professor in Medical College, former Dean of AIMS Kochi, Sikkim Manipal University and Technical Director of Agape is here with us today. Sir, let me wholeheartedly welcome you to this function. Rotarian Rajashekhar Srinivasan, District Governor of Rotary District 3201 is today's chief guest. He is in the middle of an official visit in Coimbatore. I cordially welcome you, sir, to this function.
Thank you, ma'am.
Let me welcome the teacher of Mr. Satish, Professor Chandrasekharan, to this function on this Teachers' Day. Teachers' Day greetings to you, sir. Dr. Sohan Roy, CEO of Aries Group of Companies, my beloved youngest brother from UAE is here. Hearty welcome, dear Roy. Let me welcome Mr. Thomas John, Managing Director of Agape Diagnostics and his wife, Mrs. Meena Thomas, to this function. Since the list is pretty large, I welcome all our friends, colleagues, family members, pharmaceutical fraternity, regulatory professionals, Rotary fraternity from length and breadth of India, and different continents who really made this function a grand success. We expect to have representation from Sri Lanka, UK, North America, Switzerland, New Zealand, China, and UAE. once more, I am welcoming you all to this function. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rajeshwari Amma, for the welcome address. I would like to now invite our chief guest for the function, Rotarian Rajshekhar Srinivasan, to address the gathering and officially inaugurate the function by giving the first copy of Morning Mantras to Dr. D.M. Vasudevan, sir. About our chief guest, Rajshekhar Srinivasan is the Honorable Governor of Rotary District 3201. He is managing a family-owned business, Tandem Industries, engaged in servicing and testing of transformers and high-voltage equipments. He has received a lot of awards and recognitions at club and district levels. He has been contributed towards artificial limbs, community service projects, and the Rotary Foundation. So far, he has contributed around US $62,000 plus to the Rotary Foundation. Thank you so much, sir, for accepting our invitation. Over to you, sir. Rajeshekhan, sir.
Madam, could I switch off the video? Like I am in a vehicle. I hope it's not disturbing. Okay, anyway, I'll carry on. Okay. Chairperson, am I audible?
Yes, audible.
Yes, you are.
Chairperson for this meeting, Lakshmi Ammal. The hero of this evening, Dr. Satish Kumar. Chief guests, other chief guests of this evening, Dr. B. Suresh Bojraj and Dr. D.M. Vasudevan. Other friends and well-wishers of Dr. Satish Kumar, and of course the beneficiaries or the people who have been inspired by the Morning Mantra 365. All of you, I wish you a very good evening. I've always been saying, even in Mormon meetings, that this pandemic has had unexpected benefits. A few years back, maybe most of us would not have dreamt of having a virtual meeting like this, right? So today, all of us are conversant with what Google Meet, Zoom Meet, and all such, so many applications we are all very familiar with, and we are managing to meet across continents, across oceans, I would say. So, and another offshoot or a benefit of this pandemic has been the Morning Mantras 365. As Dr. Satish in his foreword to his book has said, it started off as a whim. And I've gone through a couple of your Morning Mantras. I wanted to go through it page by page, sir. So I have not had a random read. So first two mantras I have read. And of course, they're very inspiring. You know, it is something like the chicken soup books, no? That it looks like that series of books. It's all very short reads. Per day, you just read one. And after some time, I think anytime you want, you just open a book and read it. And it will inspire you for the day. It will be the thought for the day, something like Bhagavad Gita. In this aspect, I congratulate you, Dr. Satish, for, a lot of us think of writing, but you put your thoughts into writing and also sent it to others. You shared it with others. And so many people have found it so inspiring. And today, those mantras have taken the form of a beautiful book. And let me wish this book publication, book release function, all the very best. I'm sure that now you will have one dignitary, Dr. Suresh Bojraj, will be handing over the first copy on his release to Dr. D.M. Vasudevan, who is your mentor. And let me take this opportunity, sir, to wish all the teachers here today, present here, a happy Teachers' Day. I'm sure Dr. Vasudevan feels proud that his protege, Satish Kumar, has today released a book on the very day when he must be thinking of you as your even very God, I would say, God who has given him knowledge.
Thank you, Rajeshekhan, sir, for your words, your support as always. Now, moving on to the main event, as Rajeshekhan, sir, has already said, the first copy is being given to Dr. D.M. Vasudevan. He is considered as a guru to our own Dr. Satish Kumar Menon, and it's very special. So, About Dr. Damodaran Vasudevan, he is currently serving as the head of PG Programs and Research, Amrita School of Medicine, Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham. He is also the director of Jubilee Center for Medical Research at Jubilee Mission Medical College and Research Institute, Thrissur. Dr. Vasudevan is the recipient of prestigious Dr. B.C. Roy Award of Medical Council of India from the hands of the Honorable President of India in 1992 for the excellence in medical teaching profession. He is fondly remembered as a committed teacher, a guide, a scholar in biochemistry by his students. He has also authored the textbook Biochemistry for Medical Students. I welcome you, sir, for the event and the official release. Over to you, sir. Vasudevan, sir.
Thank you. Rotarian Sri Rajashekharan Srinivasan, Dr. Suresh Kumar Menon, and other dignitaries and well-wishers. It is my proud privilege to be a part of the release of the new book, Morning Mantras for 365 Days, subtitled as A Pocket Guide for Positive Thinking, and authored by my friend, Dr. Suresh Kumar Menon. This book, as it is rightly remarked in its introductory portion, speaks of a transformation of a mirror to a window. The first day's quote is, "Once you stop learning, you start dying." That is by Albert Einstein. And the last mantra is, "Happiness is the best immunity booster." In between these two pages, we can see precious gems such as, "Learning is a continuous process. Learn even from nature, sun, trees, and rivers. Don't be confused to your likes and dislikes, but have an all-inclusive vision." In this book, each page is a treasure. Each page is worth quoting. However, I would like to show just two examples. Day 172 shows a quote from Martin Luther King. "Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others?" The quote for day 274 is, "No matter what accomplishments you make, somebody helped you." As an example, there is a short anecdote. I parked my car in front of the mall. I saw a beggar sitting near to my car. He never asked for money. Then I asked him, "Do you need any help?" He answered in three simple but profound words, "Don't we all?" Then the other exclaims, "We should be helpless if we had no one to care for." This book is a perfect guide to lead a virtuous and happy life. It throws light to values of life, in the absence of which life becomes hollow or miserable. This book explains certain cardinal truths such as difference between learning and education, difference between living and existence. Further, an all-comprehensive explanation of compassion, caring, or sharing is described in this book. The author stresses on compassion. Sometimes a touch, a look, a word, or a patient hearing can make wonders. The period between childhood and old age is the life of exploring. So the author suggests to explore and find out the best. At various pages, the author emphasizes the need for commemorating the great scientists like Louis Pasteur and others. The author is also trying to discuss pertinent matters on the environment, health, exercise, and related motives. I know that my friend Dr. Suresh Kumar Menon is a strong advocate of organic food and is very much concerned with the quality of food. By food, he means not only the food that we eat, but all the inputs in our body, mind, and intellect. The main theme of the motto of the book perhaps is, "Be hopeful always." And you can pick many gems as the following. Everything comes at the right time. We cannot direct the wind, but we can adjust the sails. A trouble is not a trouble till it troubles you. Be part of a solution, but never a part of the problem. Be accountable for your decisions and actions. Convert adversities to opportunities. Face failures boldly. Learn to walk on thorns. You are the creator of your own destiny. This is same what Bhagavad Gita says, "Uddharedatmanatmanam atmanatmanam avasadaye." Elevate yourself through the power of your mind and not degrade yourself, for the mind can be the friend and also the enemy of the self. So this book increases the self-esteem and self-confidence. The beauty of the book lies in the fact that it is developed around apt quotations of eminent writers and philosophers. May this book of positive mantras create a positive vibration in the present day problematic society. Thank you, Dr. Satish Kumar Menon, for presenting such a valuable gift to the society. I wish all the best for the author as well as to the book. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, sir. And a round of applause for Dr. Menon for the official book release. Moving on, I invite Mr. Girish Menon for the book presentation. Mr. Girish Menon is a senior journalist with an experience of over 40 years. He was editor-in-charge for Hindu Kerala. He is considered as a strong pillar for the Kerala politics, and he belongs to Palakkad, and he's a great friend of Dr. Satish Kumar Menon. Over to you, Girish Menon.
Thank you, Lakshmi. Thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm indeed delighted at being given this opportunity to introduce Dr. Satish Kumar Menon's book, Morning Mantras for 365 Days. I have been a close friend to Satish for over a decade now, which perhaps qualifies me for the task. So when Satish requested me to introduce the book to the audience, I was left wondering how I could perform the task. Should I talk about the man or should I talk about the book? Given the time constraints, I felt I cannot talk about the book without saying a few words about the man, my good friend Satish. And many of you might know him better, but I submit my observations as an introduction to the book. First of all, his diminutive physiology actually is deceptive. Behind it, there is a mountain wall of willpower, determination, persistence, consistency, and a method of organization which is actually honed by the lifestyle he follows. He's an acknowledged yoga practitioner, a promoter of healthy lifestyles, and a propagator of organic food. He's unassuming, more of a friend, more than a friend, perhaps a mentor, advisor. And as he usually mentions in his daily mantras, the word that he uses, a crony. I feel Satish's thought process is a natural extension of this lifestyle that he has been following. Like I mentioned earlier, I have known Satish for more than a decade now. I met him when he was in service. What was a casual acquaintance actually blossomed into a steadfast friendship. I have seen him graduate to the Senior Citizens Club with grace. I have often found my eyes turn yellow with envy when I see him balancing with felicity the various pressures of life, spending quality time with his family, putting that extra effort as a hardworking professional, and giving enough space for his large network of friends and fans. With hindsight, I would say that it was not surprising that Mr. Satish got around to penning all those 365 mantras. I've watched him from close quarters right from the day the first mantra was written, dispatched hesitantly through his WhatsApp handle. The context in which the mantras came to be written is very important. The COVID-19 pandemic virtually shut down the entire world in a manner never ever known to us before in our lifetimes. Every conceivable activity came to a grinding halt. It was a time when bewilderment, despondency, depression, agony, stress, anxiety, etc. came to us in a package. It took several months for the people to get adjusted to the reality. And the first few lines of the mantra, my sirs, were jotted down when the lockdown was at its peak. And this clearly reflects Satish's perception about being positive even when the chips were down, as it were. It all began hesitantly. The first few mantras arrived exactly on dot by about 6 to 6:30 a.m. in the morning. And what started as a trickle began to come in as a flow. And thanks to his vast network of friends, the encouragement, suggestions, tips, and requests for encore came in. And that perhaps would have boarded him to write on. And I'm sure that Satish would have gone through his own writer's block, though I'm not aware of one. There were times when he and I used to disappear into the hills of Elavila Punjara. And at that time, I have seen the mantras evolving, first as random thoughts, and then as a clear life perspective. And Satish himself has claimed that the mantras were drawn from various sources, conventional wisdom, proverbs, quotes, and adages. But it requires a real quality to reinterpret them in the context of the dire days imposed by the virus. What I marveled at was the consistency, if not the tenacity, with which he wrote the mantras, each of them unfailingly landing on our social media handles every day at the exact time, except for a few rare occasions. The morning mantra took its current form as a book very late in the day, actually. It is indeed a good idea to compile content that lays scattered across social media platforms. The blurb on the cover of the morning mantra says that it is the pocket guide for positive thinking. But after a rereading of the book, I feel it's a total guide, a vademecum. And Satish has indeed delved deep into various facets of matters and life issues such as friendship, love, how to face adversities, humility, freedom of giving space, hard work, and many, many more. So friends, instead of dwelling more on the contents and depriving the reader of his privilege, I would invite him or her to read the book and draw the message of inspiration, positivity, sense of well-being it tries to convey emphatically. Thank you, Satish. Thank you very much for giving me this privilege of introducing the book. The Sunday evening is very young. I wish you all a very good, enjoyable evening. Thank you all.
Thank you, Girish. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Girish Menon, for the book presentation. Well-wishers and good people are like beautiful street lamps. Though they cannot make our distance shorter, they can light our paths to make our journey easier. Here we have few friends and well-wishers from across the globe, without whose support this journey wouldn't have culminated into this beautiful book. So let's hear from them, their thoughts on morning mantras. Interestingly, today is a birthday of S. Radhakrishnan, the second president of India, in whose honor we celebrate Teachers' Day. This is a day when we pay our respect and homage to our great teachers who guided us and nurtured us into the people that we are today. On this beautiful moment, we have a Guru Shishya moment being recreated as I invite Professor Chandrasekhar, former Professor, College of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Trivandrum, and also the Guru and mentor of Dr. Satish to speak a few words. Over to you, sir.
Good evening to all of you. Dr. Vasudevan and other dignitaries on this platform. My student, Dr. Satish, I taught him for his B.Pharm. And at that time, he was a very bright student, I think. Among the first few students of his batch, he was there. And he was also always a genius. After M.Pharm, he joined the drug control department. That time I was a bit sorry for him because he would have gone to some research activities or academic side. That was my feeling. But he joined the drug control department and he retired as drug controller. So I have met him as a drug controller, as I was a licensee also, because I was a pharmacist at Pallium India. For our license also I met him. So a long relationship we had. And as I said, he was a very intelligent student. And when I received the first few mantras, I thought it must have been just casual. But he used to come daily. I was very much wondered how he is writing like this. Then I knew that his intellectual capacity is so much that on various fields he has touched. I have been reading this over the last so many, I think more than 360 days or so. I don't remember. He started the first few also. He said me, I have been reading daily like that. And I am very happy to be his teacher on this. And he conducted this function on this Teachers' Day. And as a teacher, he invited me. I am very thankful to Satish. And I wish him all success. And for all the teachers and all the fraternity, all the best wishes for everything. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Sohan Roy, Chairman and CEO of Aries Group of Companies, a multinational consortium of 57 companies in 17 countries. He's also the author of Anukavyams, a thought-provoking short poems, which has entered the World Book of Records. He's the director of Hollywood movie Damn 999, a founder president of Inglewood Billionaires Club, and a lot more. Dr. Roy is also Dr. Satish's brother-in-law. Over to you, Dr. Roy.
Good afternoon to all. As Lakshmi said, Dr. Satish is not just my brother-in-law. Actually, he was my literature guru also, I should say. There's a story behind that, because I'm as a brother-in-law, I'm not the right one to be a critic or a reviewer for this event, but I need to dig out certain past stories. Because when I was a kid, okay, just before his marriage with my sister, okay, so she was working in a hospital, and I used to visit there. So when she goes out for the duty, I had nothing to do. So as a kid, no, I roam around. Then when I come back to the room, I can see a bunch of letters there. So later I understood that those were love letters sent to my sister. Okay, so then I took it. Then, because I was very good in Malayalam, but it was in English. So I started reading my first literature, English literature. Actually, I started reading it. But later I understood that he was, I think he and Shashi Tharoor learned from the same university, the literature. Okay, but it was very, very difficult to understand. But his morning mantras are not like that. Very, very easy to understand, because we are the first one to receive it. In our, we have a family WhatsApp group. So every day morning, the first posting comes there, and as an early bird, most of the things actually I am the first one to read it actually. But I think he got inspired from me. I should think. I think so, because this daily writing thing started. I started long back actually, because my Anukavyams I do the same way every day, because now it has become a habit. So I can understand the mindset of my brother-in-law, because once it becomes a habit, you cannot stop it. Without finishing that you cannot sleep. Without posting it, that we cannot start the day also. So the same thing, because I have completed almost 1,400 I am crossing, but he is about to cross 400 actually. But his first book actually is a great thing, because because he has conveyed whatever he learned from the life. Not because many people write books by reading other books, and they just compile a new one actually. But my brother-in-law's entire life story, I know, he learned from his own life, his experience, his talent, his everything actually. His life has taught him all these things, and he is just conveying those things. So there is soul in those writings that makes the difference. And I am 100% sure that this book is going to be there as a milestone in the literature, and I wish him all the best. This should be just a beginning. He should continue, because he has the talent, he has the knowledge, he has the literary skill also he got. So, and he has the patience to continuously write this one, and he has opened up his mind already. So let him continue this journey. A long way to go. I wish him all the best. And I'm from a teacher's family. My father, parents, my sister, brother, they're all teachers. So this is the right day to get it released also. So happy Teachers' Day, and I wish my brother-in-law all the best. Long way to go. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. And now we have Mr. Thomas John, Managing Director, GAPE, to kindly say a few words. Over
Good
to you,
evening. Yeah, good evening to all. Sorry that I'm on not on video, because just came out from my COVID. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let me give my wishes on this Happy Teachers' Day, and this is the right day where Dr. Satish, I always call Satish sir, is selected to launch this book. I know Satish sir for last 22 years, as first as an officer of drug controller in my Bombay days. I think more than 22 years. And then we used to meet regularly in Bombay whenever he comes there. Afterwards, as drug controller, and immediately after his retirement, we started working together. I think, as Ms. Dr. Sohan Roy said, that I can take the rights that after he joined 57 or 56 years in Agape, I think after 10 years he became 47, not increase the age. It's becoming more and more young. So we take that rights for that. My experience with him, that his continuous studies, that I can see that after he joined, maybe probably that gives me also a motivation, because after we started working together, he has taken a PhD from Vinayaga Missions deemed university, and then now I know that he is the guide for many PhD students. So I really admire that. It is no surprise that his thoughts, way of life, and writing always focus on different aspects of overall health, wellness, and well-being. This is one point where I don't listen to him, because I wanted to listen, but somehow he always tell me that you have to be a little more focused on the wellness and well-being. But unfortunately, so far nothing is implemented. According to the morning mantras, too, are tuned to stimulate the positive aspects of human personality, which in turn will result in overall health and wellness of us. In our office also, as like anywhere, when we have about 800 people, different personalities interact, there have been ample instances of small verbal tips between the employees, and even sometimes me too. Being a bit little short-tempered, I find it difficult to control my emotions at times. So I don't know whether it is intentional from his side or accidental. Satish sir has started these mantras will really reflect some aspects of human personality, like controlling emotions, compassions, and cooperations at the workplace, sense of equality, respect, trust, and ultimately humanity. It's all connected to some of our core values also. More than this, he also wrote a lot of technical blogs every day on our subjects also. I really wish Satish sir came with this sort of a book. Definitely, I regularly read his morning mantras, and even blogs also, which are equally important to us. And I wish Dr. Satish sir for making or launching a lot of similar books. I really pray for that, more and more books to come in the future. And, because one thing I've seen that day by day, he's becoming more and more fast, speed and aggressive. So this is something, we give a lot of motivations to us. And I want him to launch many, many books like this, which can always help to all human beings. Thank you, Satish sir, and entire family.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I request Dr. Satish's former classmate, Dr. George Jacob from UAE, to please speak a few words.
Good evening, all. Congratulations, Dr. Satish Kumar Menon, for the launch of your book. I'm sure it will be useful to the youngsters to imbibe the values you have mentioned in the book. I have been your classmate for pre-degree days in the UC College from the 70s. So I know you for the last 50 years or so. I watched you with admiration in your qualifications that you acquired, the professionalism that you showed in your work, and a PhD later on in your life also. So I've always admired, and we have gone many miles together, traveled together, and you have shared your thoughts with me, and I've enjoyed all that. Thank you very much. And when you post in the UC College group, you post it to me separately also. I felt honored, and always I commented on your posts. I liked them, and I felt that this will be very useful if you brought it out as a book, and I'm glad that you did it. So the values that you gain from your experience in your life, you're giving to the youngsters. I'm glad that this book has been brought out to inspire the youngsters. I wish you all the best. And congratulations once again, Dr. Satish Kumar Menon. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request a very dear friend of Dr. Satish, Mr. Eldo PJ from New Zealand, to kindly share his thoughts.
Hi, good evening to all. As mentioned, I am Eldo, currently from New Zealand. Dr. Satish Kumar is a close friend of mine for last 9 years, and I have worked with him earlier. While worked with him, I have observed and learned many things from him and sincerely respect his ideas and experience. When it comes to the mantras, I am receiving it for last 1 year every day morning. It gives me a positive vibes to life, also a lot of recharge whenever I am slightly disappointed. When I came across mantra, I have noticed that a lot of good qualities like kindness, love, respect, trust is well defined with a good example and quotes. So I am quite sure that whoever reads these mantras will get positivity to mind. Apart from this, mantra also gives idea to overcome failures, being not turned down, instead jump up and work. In success, mantras guides to me not to enjoy, but to him humble. Extreme success. Humbleness, greatness, passion of life, love, all these qualities you can learn from different mantras on a day-to-day basis. So to me, this is a good media. It can spread positivity each morning in 3 minutes reading. Of course, this is something unique Dr. Satish is doing, and I wish him more success. Thank you.
Thank you, Aldo. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Now I request Dr. Mahesh Babu, consultant pediatrician and past clinical director, Bloomfield Hospital, Chelmsford, UK, to please speak a few words.
Greetings from England, eastern part of Essex. It's a beautiful day, and it is day 4 of our 3rd test match. We are doing very well, so everybody is actually pretty happy here from the Indian diaspora. I am very honored and proud to take part in this book opening, and also to hear from Satish's friends. We have spoken a lot about Satish, and I know that is all true. But I just want to comment on his wife, Dr. Rajeshwari Amma, Raji, we call her. She was my classmate. I tell you, if you have to succeed in life and really write a book, what you have written, without Raji's situation and help at home to create the right circumstance, mood, and happiness, I don't think you'll be able to do that. And I'm so proud that you're actually sending me these musings every morning. And if only I, practiced 10% of that, I would be a better person. But it is fantastic to take part in this event. And I wish the best for Satish, Raji, and your very beautiful extended family members for the future. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you, Mahesh. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Thank you so much. Now I invite Mr. Prakash from Sri Lanka to speak a few words. He is the Vice President of Indian CEO Forum Sri Lanka, IPP Sri Lanka Indian Society, founder of PR Colombo Malayalis, Group CEO of Umesh Modi Group of Industries. He looks after the operations of cosmetics, Revlon, nutrition, Signutra, and pharmaceuticals, Bing, Medicare, and Modi Mundi Farm. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Lakshmi. Distinguished guests, invitees, and the man of the day, Mr. Sadish, Dr. Sadish. He is the man of the day, and I am extremely delighted to be a part of this event, the launch of this book. And of course, I'm just recalling about the olden days. We started our relationship almost around slightly more than 2 decades, and still the relationship is at the infant stage, which is moving on very well. And I have started receiving these mantras right after, from the 149th day. After that only I have received it. But of course, when I received in the morning, I used to spend at least almost every mantra which I am getting, I used to have a look on that, the quotes what he is putting on. And in addition to that, he is giving an inspiration. And also he has, while going through that, I have found that he has nicely described the most important days like Vijayadashami and the Christmas, all those things he has touched. And he has given a very nice description about all these things. And so I wish Dr. Sadish Kumar the congratulations, and I'm all my best wishes. And also we are looking forward for more mantras to come in the future. All the best and good luck.
Thank you, Rajji. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now I request Sun Xiaoqing from China to please express her thoughts. She's called Becky. She's currently running a trading company called Sun Medical Devices in China. The company focuses in medical devices, especially about orthopedic instruments, sterilization boxes, etc. Over to you, Sun.
Hi, everyone. Very nice to meet you here. Firstly, I would like to say congratulations to Seth for this book. I don't know how to say. I'm very honored to be invited for the launch of this book. I read it every morning. Till today, I read to day 60, I think 63. 63? Yes, it's mentioned. Oh, sorry. Maybe I forgot. It gave me energy every morning. It will make me feel good from morning itself. At the same time, I would like to say Happy Teachers Day to all the India teachers. I don't know today is India's Teachers Day because here it's September 10th, not September 5th. Okay, all the best to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Becky. Thank you.
Thank you, Becky. Thank you, Sun. Now I request Mr. Riju to kindly speak a few words. He is representing Agape Swiss subsidiary.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah.
So, respectable dignitaries present here today. A warm good evening to one and all. It is indeed a very happy moment today for us. And at the outset, let me congratulate Dr. Sadish Kumar sir for having brought out such a wonderful book, which inspires us in our busy day-to-day life. I know Sadish sir for the last 9 years, and sir is my senior in Agape Diagnostics. Sir, I upload the publication of your wonderful book, Morning Mantras 365 Days. The effort sir has put behind this for the last 1.5 years is commendable. And I wish him success in his life. Let Morning Mantras 365 Days be a stepping stone. Be assured that your words are going to inspire all the readers, and the Almighty God gives you all strength to bring such wonderful creations in the coming days. Let me conclude by wishing that each one of you will have some wonderful positivity capsules for living during the pandemic from the book Morning Mantra 365 Days. And I wish Dr. Sadish sir only the very best. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now we have a very special well-wisher and guest who helped in supervising the final editing and shaped the book the way it is today. Welcome, Leta teacher, and a very happy Teachers' Day.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Lakshmi. I take it as a great privilege to be a part of this esteemed gathering today, and also to have been invited to share my thoughts today. I have been reading Satish sir's mantras daily, and the morning mantras are not just positive vibes. Actually, it is an unfolding of real life situations, that is newspaper clippings, real life happenings that takes the shape of mantras daily. And it has been so painstakingly compiled by Satish sir. So each morning, these mantras, a single dose every day, it actually rejuvenates you, keeps you vibrant. And it's not, it's also about the knowledge that is present in these mantras. It is, the vocabulary is really excellent. Actually, I keep a dictionary next to me when I actually read these mantras. So it's actually packed with knowledge also. And especially being a teacher nowadays in the education scenario, this value-based education, it holds a lot of meaning. And being positive is one very important value which has to be imbibed by every person, especially the present day youth, the children. And Sir's mantra is actually paving way for this also. So congratulations, sir. And I wish you the very best for many more such book releases. Thank you.
Thank you, teacher. Thank you.
Thank you, teacher. Now I request Dr. Vijay Parekh, Scientific Advisor, Hematology to Agape Diagnostics, to speak a few words.
Yes, I'm happy to be part of this book launch. But actually, I think Dr. Satish has done a good job, shown us a very positive way of doing things while we were all homebound or office bound. So Dr. Satish, I wish you a very good success with this book. But let me comment on what you do. Here, every day there is a picture followed by an explanation of the picture. So sometimes it happens that we see the picture, we get interested, we read the whole thing. But sometimes the picture itself is good enough. So I am really amazed at the perseverance and the painstaking way Dr. Satish has compiled as well as added his own wisdom to it. So I think it adds a spice that we all need, and Kerala is good for spices. We need the spice every morning. So the title is Morning Mantra. That's also a good selection. And Dr. Satish definitely needs to be commended wholeheartedly for his effort to launch this in a print form as well. Because it's not necessarily that only in the morning we need this mantra. We need it 365 days and 24 hours by 7. So on this Teacher's Day, I think what more a teacher can ask for than all his readers who are his students to come together to applaud him on his success. Thank you, Dr. Satish.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I request Mr. Vikram Tandon to kindly speak a few words. He is a non-marketing professional and a consultant with 20 years of experience in MNC and national companies. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Lakshmi. The moment Dr. Satish told me that I have to come over and speak, I started Googling, wanted to write a script, and started noting down points. But then, immediately after 15-20 minutes, I realized, no, it's not me who should be doing this and not writing a script and talking about it. Let me speak straight from the heart. I met him in Kerala. I can say in the evening over a local Kerala drink. And after 15-20 minutes, it looked like that, two college friends have met. I was amazed the way he kind of connects with people, the positivity he brings in. And I think after 45-50 minutes, it looks like I was a part of his family, and I know him for last 3-4 of births previously, maybe about 200 years, and that's the connect he kind of developed. When he started sharing those mantras with me, I could immediately connect once again that such a simple person, down to earth, who is also having other side of a fun-loving person, also have a child in him who kinds of celebrates and kind of a smile at every small thing which good thing happens to him. So when morning mantra came, I just kind of realized there are people, we have so many things happening around us. There are so many negative things happening around us. There are so many, we read, okay, everything is going bad, though it's not the case. But then, and it's not only us, there are so many people around us who are kind of impacted because of our, behavior, our emotions. It's our families, our friends, people who work with us, people who work under us, and people who are our managers or bosses. So they kind of get impacted. So a good positive thought in the morning is not only you who gets impacted, it kind of circulates all across, because if you are in a good mood, if you have that sense of positive feelings in you, positive vibes in you, you kind of start spreading it around you. And those people who are around you start having that positiveness, and then it kinds of multiply. It's an infectious, because he's a person who understands the word more, infectious. That becomes infectious, and more people start becoming enjoying those terms. So I think I in tougher times, when things are really going down for people, these are some things which you read. Some people, again, as I said, there are exceptions. They'll say, oh, what is this? Every day something comes and I have to read it. Everybody wants to share Gyan with me. But then once you read it in deep and then goes and it actually understands, that it means a lot for everyone around you. Not only you, once again, I say that point, not only the individual who is receiving it, but then there are so many people around you who gets impacted, because you start your day with a very big smile on your face, a lot of positive things and understanding and what has to happen. So thank you, Dr. Satish, for sharing. At least I can share that when I share these things with my family, with my friends, they kind of circulate it further and I get so many good responses from it. And thank you for that great evening I spent with you, and that brought gave me such a good friend. In the end, I can only say he's a person who handles manufacturing, and I only wish and pray to God, please manufacture more people like Dr. Satish. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vikramji. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next, I invite Dr. Jagashetty from Bangalore. He's a former drugs controller of Karnataka. He's advisor to Drugs Control General of India. I invite him to kindly express his thoughts on the occasion.
Good evening, distinguished guests and invitees. First of all, I am very much honored to be here today on this occasion of releasing this wonderful book. I know Mr. Satish, of course, many people have spoken about Satish. I know him as during my drug controller period, 2008 to 13, I have seen him. I think that time he was a deputy drug controller or something. Later on, he became drug controller and retired. I have seen him, his intelligence work and his administration work. So I defer to the extent, to some extent, his Professor Chandrasekhar's opinion of being a research scientist. So drug administration would have lost him. Otherwise, such an intelligent and administrator would have lost drug administration. So he's a nice person as far as drug. I have seen him since many years now. And I heard that he also directed some of the films or movies or something like that. So I was not knowing the other side of Satish, being the philanthropist or writer or philosopher or teacher, what else you can say about him. I have started getting these daily thoughts of human values from December 18th onwards, 208th onwards. I think the title of the book he has mentioned as morning mantras for 365 days. I think that 365 days can be removed because these are ever lasting. It is not that only for 365 days. As long as this earth remains, as long as human remains, as long as human values are to be considered, these mantras are most important. Latest two mantras, his mantras, I would like to quote here, which I have been impressed a lot. One is latest. You see, today's is 450th. 434th, he has mentioned, every day is a second chance. For every day morning, when you get up, God has given me one more chance to think. whether positively. Then the other one is before you say something, imagine how you would feel if someone said that to you. This is the most important aspect. So we have to think, because once the words are gone, it is very difficult to get back the words. So the power of words is very, very important. With all this, and also I am happy to know from his brother-in-law Sohan Roy that he was a lover boy and is continued to be lover boy to his wife, of course, none else. So with this, and already I have taken this book on my Kindle edition. So I was wondering how to store in my mobile. So now he has given chance to have I have a big library in my house. Lot of books I have got, not only is the technical and all other aspects like this and all I got history. I was thinking of how to have. Now he has given a chance to me. I would like to have the physical copy also in due course. So with all this, I am very much thankful to Satish for providing this to human being, not necessary to me or not necessary to the participants or students, for everybody. It is helpful. Whether it takes or not, it is left to individual. But it is important for keeping the human values. I feel like that. Thank you, Satish, and wish you all the best in your future, whatever the endeavor you take. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. We have got the morning mantras available in notionpress.com, and there is a coupon code available right now, which is positivity, all in capital letter. We are posting the link as well as a coupon code in the chat box. So all those who are interested can definitely support us. And moving on, we have now Mr. Jayaraj, former Assistant Drugs Controller, Tamil Nadu, from Kadalur, to speak a few words. Over to you, sir.
Good evening and greetings to all. Good day wishes to everyone who gathered through this Zoom platform to honor our beloved Dr. Satish on the occasion of releasing the book Morning Mantras for 365 days. Authored by our wonderful, talented friend, Dr. Satish, who has been gifted to write such a wonderful one by the God's grace. Why I said God's grace is God-fearing person. Every day after receiving his message, I immediately go through the content and I can feel a stream of positive energy flowing inside me. It really enlightens our mind and rejuvenates our thinking. I thank him personally for his benevolence, dedication, and his efforts for doing good to the society. May God bless him personally with more and more talents to do the best to the society and transforming the community. I also thank all who have come here to bestow the wishes, especially our chief guest, Dr. Suresh, an enterprising personality and a very generous person and a long-time friend. We both are MMC products, and my regards always for him. My respectful regards to Dr. D.M. Vasudevan and Rotarian Rajashekar Srinivasan. Once again, I thank you for this opportunity to participate, greet our great friend, and it is indeed a great privilege for me. My heartfelt wishes for more creations from him, and my sincere prayers for him and his family for a grand blessings. That is really, it is a valuable one. Book should be trusted, not to be dusted. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jayaraj. Thank you for the words.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite Dr. Jayashekhar, friend of Dr. Satish, to kindly speak a few words.
Okay, good evening. Wish you all a happy Teachers' Day. Distinguished great teachers, Professor B. Suresh, Dr. Vasudevan, Professor A.K. Chandrasekharan, Rotarian Rajeshekaran Srinivasan, other dignitaries, and my dear friends. First of all, let me congratulate my dear friend, Dr. Sadishan, for accomplishing yet another milestone in his life, the release of precious jewels of life as his morning mantras. Last 448 days, I used to get the morning mantra from him as an unconditional gift for all of us. No doubt those messages kindle a light of hope, positivity, optimism in us. All these mantras are tonics for mind relaxation, solace, and contentment. There are so much beautiful, they are beautifully coined in such a way that some stories, some annotations, some of the captions and pictures are embedded in it, and so fascinating. And it's an untiring effort from Dr. Sadish's side. Apart from his professional career, he finds time to pen down his reflections about the life as mantras. Personally speaking, he's a 2-year junior to me in my pharmacy college, and then he followed me in my post-graduation at Nagpur University. We bifurcated. I went to teaching and he went to drug enforcement, but still we are well connected personally and professionally, and he's a very good friend of mine. He used to travel a lot, especially exploring nature, mingle with people there, attend their problems. He reads the mind of the others and observe them keenly. That's why he could write this much about the reflections of our life. He's so polite, he's so humble, down to earth, and all the way he's a very good human, very dynamic and multifaceted professional. He knows how to get things done. He leads a lot of professional as well as community service activities, especially like Rotaries. Our blessings and best wishes for always you, Dr. Sadish. And keep going, conquering the minds of all of us. Thank you. Best wishes.
Thank you, Jenny sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. And we have now Dr. P.K. Srikumar to say a few words.
So, respected Chair, the great author and supporting family, chief guests, other dignitaries, well-wishers. See, our brains are a complex and in some ways, a simple organ to understand. It avoids our command and attention. And based on the orders, it can be fully even off and our processing or running thoughts, emotions, and ultimately determining our outlook on what is in front of us. We have the power to focus on what is positive. And definitely this helps us intentionally towards having a great day. So using a mantra or reading in the morning will set the tone for how you will view and respond to the world throughout the entire day. Morning mantras set an intention for where your focus and energy should be, empowering you to maintain that mindset. Dr. Sadish Kumar sir is basically, he is also a guru for me in the department. And happy Teachers Day, sir. Then is basically a pharmacy professional engaging in enormous activities, and he shows us how our 24 hours can be utilized more effectively. And preparing the mantras, in analyzing great words and analysis before morning and posting it in morning itself, using beautiful vocabulary is not a simple task. Then pharmacy day, Ullilulla Kalahridayam, I should appreciate him like that. And is of course with divine touch. I appreciate much to you, sir, in this great event, and wish you all the best. And really let this book be a passion to the society for repeated reading and to make our life always in positive, keeping it in positive vibration. Please don't stop. Go on with the same tempo. Wishing all success, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Right.
Thank you so much. Now we have Assistant Governor Rotarian Narayana Menon. He's a dear friend of Dr. Satish. Over to you, sir.
Good evening. I am happy to be here on the release of this fantastic book by my fellow Rotarian, Dr. Satish Kumar. I have been acquainted with him only for the past 6 to 7 months, but he has, just like the book, whenever I am speaking to him or whenever I get a message, the positive vibes are there. And he is very meticulous in his dealings. And I am looking forward to owning the book. And I wish him all the best for further positive vibes being sent to all of us. The fact that more than 130 to 40 people are on this platform itself is a testimony of how the positive mantras are being accepted by his friends and other colleagues. So once again, I wish all the best, Dr. Satish Kumar. Thank you.
Thank you, Naranji.
Thank you so much. I invite Meera, a friend of ours, to say a few words.
Hi. So I remember sometime during 2020, I remember seeing Satish Uncle's messages on morning motivation. So his morning mantras, to speak the context regarding which when I first got these morning mantras, I was completing the final leg of my post-graduation in economics, and I was in a COVID-afflicted United Kingdom when I received Satish Uncle's messages. So I remember reading his messages every day in the morning. I get up to see one message, one daily dose of motivation, and it really helped me sail through my postgraduate thesis and see things in a positive light. So to wrap it up, a mantra is a powerful and succinct phrase that can create changes, positive changes in a human being. And I truly believe that Satish Uncle's morning mantras are an embodiment of the phrase, which is a mantra itself. So thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, Meera.
Thank you so much, Meera.
Yeah.
We are almost winding up the book release function. We also have a guest, Koteshwara Rao from Hyderabad, to speak a few words.
Yeah, good evening, Dr. Satish sir, and all your well-wishers and followers. Sir, thanks for inviting me for this August gathering. And though I am not a good speaker, but I have dared to express my feelings openly. Actually, I am a meditation master, and whenever I request people to sit with me for only 10 minutes so that I can tell them how to meditate, people will say that we are very busy, we don't have time. Really, Satish sir was also participating in our professional association, Indian Pharmacy Graduates Association, and other professional associations. To conduct a small event, we used to struggle for 4 to 5 days by conducting evening sessions, rehearsals, and other things. To deliver such words, which we are just hesitating to read also. Many of the people by seeing and they start delete the things. Only 50% people, openly I am telling, 50% people will follow it, and 10% people will strongly follow them. To deliver one word, I am sure that how much labor pain getting by Dr. Satish sir. These such type of words, especially from a professional pharmacy graduate. We have such one more person from Haryana Drug Controller, Dr. Narendra Kumar Ahuja also. These words are not spiritual, added by technical and scientific. It's a wonderful wordings, delivering like bullets. People need not follow. I am repeating again, people kindly need not follow. Just read and forget. It will wash all your negative thoughts. I'm telling practically. Please just to go read it and leave it. It will definitely, it will wash all your thoughts. Every day, every line, every sentence, and the way of forming the sentence, the way of using the words, really fantastic. And since I am younger than Dr. Satish Kumar, I cannot praise him much. But I'll read one word just for your reference. Dear friend, in nature, nothing is either good or bad. Things are just the way they are, and your way of thinking make all the difference to you. If you accept this fact and learn not to judge, to give more space to yourself, others, and events, you will make definite progress towards reaching ultimate peace of mind and enjoy healthy relationships. Friends, read this word 10 times. You will get 10 meanings out of this word. Repeating again, these wordings, I think yesterday Satish sir has posted this one. Every time you read it, you will get a different meaning out of this. Morning mantras means they are not really mantras, they are guide for, they are the guide for betterment of our day-to-day life. Nowadays, our day-to-day life is engaged with different ways of thinkings and tensions and other things. Just spend for 10 minutes. 10 minutes, I'm requesting you, 10 minutes in the early hours, you spend by reading this, and just automatically you'll start following. Not only reading, kindly wherever possible, you forward to your well-wishers. Definitely, indirectly, you will be helping them. I thank you, Satish sir, and all the organizers for giving this opportunity, and thank you once again. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And we have a friend of ours, Mr. Suresh Kumar, to speak a few words. Suresh sir.
Satish sir, thank you very much for providing me this opportunity, and thank you, Lakshmi. And of course, Dr. Satish Kumar and myself, we know each other for the last so many years. And he is the person who has actually advised me on many matters, even on personal matters. And his morning mantras always inspired me, because as somebody said, I do not know how he manages time for all these things. And he is very excellent in his professional activities. At the same time, he finds time for his friends, his family. And I do not know what is the mantra of success, the secret mantras which he follows in his life. A person who has really changed my life, because when I met him after a long time, he has introduced me to the media world by introducing his brother-in-law, Dr. Sohan Roy, which actually tested the lifestyle of me and really put me into a different zone altogether. And I always remember that. And any time, any crisis, he is always there to help me and guide me. I cannot forget. And I'm very happy because in this particular platform, I'm able to see some of our common friends, like our Girish, and of course, Prakash from Sri Lanka, and of course, my ex-boss and then a great man, Dr. Sohan Roy. So I'm really thankful. And Satish sir, congratulations. This is not a small event. Definitely is a red letter day. Excellent job, sir, actually. Thank you very much for this opportunity, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Now we have a request from Miss Archa, who is the granddaughter of Dr. Satish Kumar Menon. She also wanted to convey her wishes. Over to you, Archa.
Thank you. I used to read Achacha's morning mantras daily, and some of them I tell in my class. Actually, my friends feel more inspired hearing it, and I wish you a very best for this Achacha, and I'm very happy to be a part of it, and I have a small drawing for you, I think.
Still painter. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Archa. Now, before we wind up, let's listen what our star of the day has to tell about morning mantras, Dr. Satish Kumar Menon.
Dear friends, respected teachers and seniors, colleagues, pharmacy fraternity, friends, doctors, classmates, and my dear friends. It's a blissful and gratifying moment for me now in the presence of my seniors and teachers and friends and colleagues and pharmacy friends across India and the globe who have been so gracious in joining me in this small accomplishment of mine. Before I talk a few lines about the book, let me take this opportunity to thank everyone who participated in this function and made it a grand success. If I try to name everyone, it will take too much time. So let me just place on record my gratefulness to a few names like Suresh Pojiraj, Dr. He was missing because he was traveling from Mysore, and Dr. Vasudevan sir, Dr. Rajasekhar, Professor Chandrasekharan sir, Sohan Roy, Thomas, all my other friends, teachers, colleagues, everybody, let me have thanks from the bottom of my heart. And I stepped into this venture last year in May, just as COVID was stretching its menacing arms all around. I remember very clearly, it was accidental. So accidental, I started the thing. On the Mother's Day last year, our HR team in Agape orchestrated some novel plan of requesting each employee to send their mom's photo in the WhatsApp group. And for every photo, around 250 photos came, that time snaps came. So every photo, I had an opportunity to jot a few lines, unique lines to and back. So everybody was receiving them, they were all appreciating that. That's the first time that picked me that why don't we have a daily basis this positive message to our people. Then from another 5 days, 6 days, I started reading mantra every day. Actually, reading through all good quotes that I got as forward messages from my friends and family, accidentally some quotes or incidents come to catch my eyes, then things are taken into our next day. Any incident or event that I came across, I would try to relate to them as a positive quote. But in this endeavor of mine, I owe a lot of inspiration and responses I got from many of you. You're suggesting things and you're commenting, and any errors also you point out, and then I rectify it. And that's the motivation I was getting in every time. And every day after returning to my office, I normally sit for half an hour to 1 hour to write a few lines. So normally by 9:30, 10 o'clock, I normally complete this message for the next day normally, but except on Sundays. So some of you even called me if I'm late to send a message. My friends just call me. What happened, Satish? What happened? Your number didn't come. So that way also people support me in this. I know many of my friends do forward this message to many other people around India and abroad, and have it spreading it a long way. As Thomas told, the volatile reactions, in the office, in the workplace, then some hard gestures of our people, boiling moments of our friends, disturbed nature of our people, all outbursts, all my colleagues, everything. Normally, when I were reason for me to write next day, because that's how we come as calmness or reactivity, forgiveness, gratitude, or learning. They all come like this. So then comes love, compassion, hard work, everything I used to cover, whatever I feel best for our nature. As I told earlier, I do believe that mental health and tranquility, peace of mind, happiness, satisfaction, gratitude, kindness, all are actually the pre-requirement of wellness for the whole body and mind. The dictums like what you think that you are, what you eat that you are, it is 100% right. So for all these years of the last 65 years of my life here, what I was trying to learn is not to hate but love, not to revenge but forgive, not to judge, accept as free as they are, not to eat more, take less, not to make issues but to solve issues. So not to believe any hearsay unless you have the knowledge of first-hand knowledge. So if you have all following things, life will be so much more peaceful and calmer. Let us try our best to have that sort of wellness in the future. If Almighty permits, we will try to have more books on positivity and wellness in the months to come. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all the encouragement and your presence over here today. Thank you, my friends. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And I think we are going to wind up the function. Thank you all for giving us your precious time and being a part of this auspicious day. Happy Teachers Day.
Anybody want to have 1 or 2 words which then anybody can have anybody wants to have, we can keep it open.
For some time, yes, yes.
Anybody, 5 minutes we have. We thought of 6 o'clock. We have 4 minutes more.
Sadesh, Sadesh, this is Samad.
Yeah, Samad.
Yeah, Sadesh, my dear friend, I'm very proud of you. It will not be fair if I not mention the power bank behind you, our loving Raji.
Right, you're right.
Who gave you more comfort at home to bring out this work? Okay, I'm very happy, my dear.
Yeah.
I would call you only Sadish, cutting your all prefixes and suffixes.
Definitely.
Okay, we sowed the seed of friendship in 1975, and the plant has grown so big. It's a one tree forest now. Which will never wither.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Very best, and you should have named it Morning Mantras 365.0.
Point?
0.0 days. Because more should come.
Sadishana.
The very best.
Yes.
It's me, Gopakumar.
Yeah, Gopakumar.
Samada, thank you.
Okay, Raji.
Thank you.
See you later. I'm leaving now. I'm leaving now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Gopan.
Okay. ഞാൻ പറയാൻ പോകുന്നത് സതീശണ്ണന് ഇത് എഴുതാൻ മാത്രമല്ല സ്നേഹിക്കുന്ന ഹൃദയങ്ങളെ ഒന്നിക്കാനുള്ള കഴിവുണ്ട്. അതിന്റെ പ്രൂഫ് ഞങ്ങൾ തന്നെയാണ്. അങ്ങനെ ഒരു ഹൃദയമുള്ള ആൾക്ക് ഇതെല്ലാം എഴുതാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ രണ്ടുപേരും സ്നേഹിക്കുമ്പോഴത്തേക്ക് അവർക്ക് വേണ്ടി എന്തെല്ലാം കഷ്ടപ്പാട് സഹിക്കാൻ പറ്റുമോ, എന്തെല്ലാം ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുമോ, ചേച്ചിയും ചേട്ടനും അണ്ണനും. നിങ്ങൾ
Gopan had a love affair earlier, a Hindu with a Christian girl.
Still I am continuing the same love affair.
Yeah. I took him to Manjeri and I had the marriage.
Gopan had a love affair.
That's what he's telling.
You see that?
Yeah. Dr. Girija, a few words. Girija is there from USA. Yeah. Dr. Girija is there.
Sadish.
Hi.
Sadish.
Hi, Satish.
Yeah.
I'm Girija. I'm Satish's classmate. I know Satish from his teen. When he was just 15 years old. I was his classmate in music college. My first memory about him is that him standing up in response to the class in charge question, who are those students who has a distinction to their credit? And we were the only 2 students. Of course, I was behind him and he was the best incoming student. So that shows how accomplished he was from his early teens onwards. My perception about him is a calm, collected personification of gentlemanliness. From that days onward, I could perceive how studious he is, what a researcher mind he had. It was evident from those days onwards. I would, in spite of all his accomplishments and achievements, I find that he's so well balanced, so grounded to earth, and he never wore his accomplishments on his shoulders. He was like any other ordinary person. Nobody knew the fund of knowledge that he is. Perhaps many didn't know what fund of knowledge he is, what research information he had in his mind. Only after perhaps many might have realized after release of these books. Of course, those who are very close to him might know all these things, but we classmates who got estranged from him after our pre-degree days, we came together and then only we came to know how much accomplishment he has achieved in his life. But what appeals to me is not that. It's the human being, the good human being that is in him. That virtues that are in him, the values that he upholds. I really appreciate him. I really admire him. And I'm proud to be your classmate and friend, Satish. Many more laurels have to come to your cap. And I'm sure that will soon reach to you. Congrats. All the best. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
I'm not able to speak.
Can you tell your previous...
part of the globe. And all are sleeping here. I'm in US, so I'm speaking in very low voice. Hope you heard it. My best wishes to your better half. Behind every successful man, there is a woman that we cannot forget. So Raji, my congratulations are to you as well. You share, I think he's in his pedestal now. Thanks to you. All the best.
Thank you, Girija. Raji, Jakshati wants Raji to speak a few words.
Yeah, a few words. How can we live without her words? Who is the...
നിങ്ങളൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞ ഇതേപോലുള്ള
Raji, he's from Bangalore. Raji, he's from Malayalam. You have to talk in English.
Okay. You all explained about his quality and good work. Because of this quality, I got attached to him during my student days. Finally, initially we were close friends. Then I selected him as my life partner. So far, we lived happily, and I think God will allow us to continue the same thing. Thank you.
Satish, you remember, she selected you, not you selected her. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Lakshmi. Then I think it's time, 6 o'clock.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Lakshmi, you can find up.
Yes, thank you so much for your precious time and making our day special. Thank you so much. I think someone has raised their hand. So if anyone would like to say a message, we have 1 or 2 minutes left.
Dr. Kashi Shankar from...
No, I just raised my hand. Satish, I was about to claim that nobody knew him before I knew him. But Dr. Girija overtook me, unfortunately, because I guess that she was your pre-degree classmate. So Satish is my BSc classmate. And the image I have about him, we had a get-together. So we could see Satish is sweating out, arranging everything with a torque on his shoulder. It was very interesting. So that is the last image I have about Satish. Then I never met him. I am now meeting him digitally after so many years. It's very interesting. In between, I knew that he was in the government and he had done his pharmacy and that qualification. And I had consulted him on 2 occasions regarding some medication. I don't know whether you remember that. So I was getting his daily nuggets of wisdom, and it was very enriching, enlightening, ennobling, and enlivening. As everybody said, I endorse all the good words that everybody has spoken about him. And actually, as I read his daily mantra, what I feel that I could know that how dedicated he is and how hardworking and disciplined. Again, I could also sense how voracious a reader he is. And also, when reading some of the lines, I can imagine, I could connect it to his work environment. It is the distilled wisdom from the government service that he is imparting to us. And I could, many of these ideas could very easily resonate with me. And okay, thank you so much for the wonderful work. And I am meeting Rajeshwari for the first time. So I am very happy to know you. Thank you so much. And I am proud of you.
Was the professor in the IMG, Kakinadu, Lakshmi.
Yeah, I retired as professor.
Thank you, Nina, for your words, for your kind words.
Okay, thank you.
We met after for 30 years, I think we met last time.
No, no, we are meeting now. We have never met.
Yeah. Last time.
And one thing more, we have a common friend, Joshi Vailangal, and he was casually mentioning about Satish and his strict habits. He will never eat anything outside home. So maybe some people were commenting about his youthful look. So I am his classmate and I am much older. Look much older. So that is the secret. I am leaking out a secret which Joshi had shared. And Joshi used to speak about him with a lot of admiration. Thank you.
I think Dr. Kashi Shankar, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Sir, good evening, sir, and good evening to one and all. Actually, I joined late because of my some urgent work I need to do. That's why I could not able to join on time. And I know, sir, for the last 15 years, and I used to read his mantras. I used to get these mantras every day. I used to get inspired with his words as well as his dedication to his work to get this mantras every day. So thanks a lot, sir, and I'm very happy to be a part of this event. Wish you all the very best. I pray God to give you a good health and wealth and long and peaceful life. Thanks a lot for the opportunity.
Kashi is in Tamil Nadu. He's working with the CDSCO, Government of India. Lakshmi.
Yes, currently posting in at Bangalore, sir.
Bangalore. Oh, sorry, yeah, Bangalore. I don't know. I thought you were in.
Yeah, moved to. Yeah, I got transferred to Chennai. Then
HRT is here. HRT is now here. Then, no, he left. Okay. Thank you, Kashi. Thank you, Kashi.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
So, thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a pleasant evening. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, George. Thank you, our IT team and Agape for hosting this. Thank you.